Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party, well, not party, but the celebration started. First up, we have YouChoose. Helps high school students choose universities better. Next, we have Gestuno. Helps deaf people book interpreters on the go. SportsGo helps lower barriers to learning new sports. Lilisha minimizes food waste. And MindRock strengthens your mind and soul through daily challenges. Skate City helps the skater community grow stronger. And Idao helps you plan your dining decisions quickly with your friends.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Harrison. My name is Stuart, and I'd like to begin by warming you up with 3 quiz questions. All right? So number 1, how many universities do you think there are in the United States? Any guesses?
3,000.
3,000, I hear, a bit more.
2,000.
More. Okay, it's about just over 4,500 universities in the US. Number 2, of the international student body in these US universities, what percentage do you think are Chinese students?
30%.
That's about right, around 30%. So about a third of them are Chinese students, which is the biggest minority, and this is growing each year. Third question. Chinese students tend to use agencies to help them apply when they are looking to study in the US. Any guesses as to how much this can cost at the upper end? How much would a Chinese student pay? Sorry?
$50,000.
$50,000?
$1 million.
Wow. You're pretty close. The answer is at the upper limit, around $80,000 or 700,000 RMB, just to apply to a university. So this is one of the most difficult decisions someone can make. It's a huge decision, and you know, it's something which tens of thousands of Chinese students are facing every year. The same question, which US university do I apply to, and how do I do that? This is difficult. And so this is why we have developed YouChoose. YouChoose helps to connect prospective Chinese students looking to study in the US with current US university students. Now in our team, we just so happen to have someone who has gone through this exact process himself. This is Thomas. He's the youngest member of our Wagon batch. And for real, next January he is going to study. Next January he's going to study in the US, for real. So Thomas, tell us a little bit about why this process was so difficult.
Yeah, sure. Whoa. Okay. So I've just experienced the whole university application process in the US, and it's so tough. So I haven't been to any of it, so that's gonna be a huge problem. So for many international students like myself, we do our decision mainly by researching online. And for Chinese students, that means we only look at the rankings, which is really not the way to do it. For me, luckily, I've got a few university friends from different universities, so I actually can speak to someone at last. But for many more students who base in China, they don't have such resources. Their high school might not have this kind of alumni system, so that's why we've got YouChoose. And here, it's my dad. He's gonna go over the whole YouChoose process.
Well, hello everybody. So I'm Thomas's dad, and I'm going to help him with this huge decision on which university I want him to go to. Okay? Okay. And we're going to use YouChoose. And so as you said, finding the right mentor is very, very important. So the first thing we're going to do is hit the Find the Mentors button. And after you hit the fundamentals button, you can see that there's over 100 mentors already listed on this website. But we want to find the most relevant person for you as quickly as possible. So we can go to the search bar, and we can search by university majors or mentors, and we know that we think that New York University is a good one to go to. So we're going to put in New York in the search bar. And after that, we can see that there's about 40 different mentors which are listed. And you can see their names, the university they're going to, the degree they've studied, the reviews they've had in the past, and how much they cost for 30 minutes of video chat. So each time we chat with them. Okay? But it's still a bit wide. So we're going to narrow down the search to what we want to study. So, son, what do you want to study? Architecture? Yeah, you want to study architecture. So we're going to put in architecture. And after that, you can see the search is narrowed down to 6 mentors. And looking at all these faces, Jay looks to be a good candidate. He only costs $12 US for 30 minutes. He's got a good high reviews, 4.9. So we're going to click on Jay, and we're going to look a bit more at his profile. And from his profile, we can see a bit about his background. We can see how he can help us. He's doing a bit of MMA, which is a bit dangerous, so that's kind of cool. And we can look at the reviews that he's had in the past. And you can see all the comments that the previous people have made. And as an added bonus, we can even see the latest information on New York University in the last tab. So you can see it by gender, the breakdown of the students in terms of population. And you know, New York University is one of the only ones with more females than males. Is that a good thing, son? Yes. Well, we'll have that talk later. Okay. So you can see the admissions rate as well and the SAT scores. So son, you're going to be fine because you can get all those SAT scores. And most importantly, you can also see the costs. So you can see the tuition fees and the total average annual cost that it's going to cost me to send my son to school. So $80,000 US every year to go to New York University. So son, you might have to get that job part-time at Starbucks while you're over there. Okay? Okay. Right. But the best way to get the information is by talking with Jay directly, the mentor himself. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. The first way is through the chat. And up to now, everything on this platform, including the chat, is free of charge. So what we're going to use the chat for now is just to set up the video chat with Jay. So we can see that he's available for 7:45. Shall we have the chat with him, son? Sure. Okay, we're going to have the chat with him at 7:45, and now it's about 7:45. So we're going to go straight into the video chat with Jay. Now this is the payment part of the platform. So as soon as we hit the start the video button, a counter's going to start and it's going to calculate the payment for the total chat time that we're going to have. Shit.
Hey Thomas.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I want to talk about the architecture major NYU. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, sure, Thomas. It's a very solid choice of architecture, especially if you want to. It's a great choice if you want to do commercial architecture, being in New York City, Queens, and Can we show the video?
Both microphones are turned off right now.
Okay.
All right. And from the 30-minute discussion, how useful, valuable this discussion will be with the mentor. The other thing you can see, as soon as we leave the video chat, you can see how long the video chat took, about 1 minute 12 seconds, and you can see exactly how much the video chat cost. So it costs 48 cents, which is a bit bit less than the 80,000 US dollars which Stuart mentioned before. And because the service has been so good, what we can also do just before we leave the platform is leave a review. So Jay's information was great, we're going to give him 5 stars. And we're going to say, thanks Jay for saving me $79,999 US dollars and 30 cents. Great. Thanks everybody.
Cool. So, as you can see, we're trying to make it as easy and convenient and affordable as possible for potential prospective Chinese students to connect with the people who really matter to them, to get the first-hand information from current US university students, and also to incentivize the current US university students to sign up to the platform. So we really hope that YouChoose could be a really valuable and viable addition to a prospective student's decision-making toolbox, along with many other tools which already exist. So everybody, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the team as well. Chris as our product manager, Thomas, our front-end developer, Jay has come all the way from America. And myself, thanks for collaborating with me too.
Hello, my name is Sophie, and my passion is helping the global deaf community. You see, I was born profoundly deaf. I wear 2 cochlear implants to help me hear and speak, and I'm fluent in Australian Sign Language. I know I'm a very privileged position as a deaf person because so many deaf people rely on hearing interpreters to become the hearing voice. And you see, in most situations that needs to happen at school, at a job interview, all the way to medical situations, medical emergencies. Simple situations that we all take for granted. Because this is actually a problem. Getting access to interpreters is extremely difficult. Why? Well, interpreters still need to travel to interpret face to face. They travel more than they are interpreting, and as a result, they only can interpret for 4 people per day. This doesn't work, and this is why we've created Just to Know, an online platform where we can do the exact same service, but online. For example, Marine's deaf. She uses Australian Sign Language, and she just bumped into her friend Lionel on the street. But Lionel's hearing and he doesn't know any sign language, but that's not a problem anymore. All she needs to do is go to Just to Know, and she can also go on the list of what interpreters are available. Okay, there's 10 interpreters online. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, Marine's going to pick an interpreter. Okay, she's going to pick Aaron Hallett because he seems to have really good ratings, 5 stars. The bio looks pretty good. Okay, let's give him a call.
Marine says, guest tuner is awesome. See you later.
Right now is in Australia. How amazing is that? Marine can get an interpreter in Australia right now to interpret because she just bumped into her hearing friend on the street. And now all she has to do is just log out and she gets on with her day.
This problem affects 5% of the population globally. There's about 70 million people globally who rely on sign language as their primary means of communication. So a platform like Gestino will help them tremendously. We have the privilege to inform you guys that in 2019 we plan to launch in Australia. Some people might be asking why Australia. We believe the market is ready for such a platform. There are currently 30,000 Auslan registered users in Australia, but they're currently only served by 500 interpreters. That's an amazing one interpreter per 600 people. So you can understand why there's such a big need for this service. Our plan is simple for next year. We hope and aim to provide about 1 million minutes of VRI to the Australian community, and hopefully the company will be cash flow positive. We believe this is achievable and realistic. And then, hopefully, by the end of next year, into 2020, we should be able to provide the same service for British Sign Language and Australian Sign Language en route to provide service for the global deaf community.
I just really want to thank from the bottom of my heart for my team, Bill, Maureen and Lionel, as well as the team of the Wagon, and as well as Aaron, the interpreter in Australia, for making this come true for me, because this has been something that I've wanted to do for a long time that really can change the lives of 70 million deaf people. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Someone here just like to try a new sport? Please raise your hand. Yeah, so many people. So wouldn't it be very helpful if someone just guide you through learning a new sport? Would it be very great that someone could play it together with you and until you come up with very good level? Yeah. So on another hand, it's very interesting that we could discover a totally new sport, just like French pétanque or Finland skittle. But this niche sports quite require very special playground or equipment. So these two examples allows us to have our own solution. Sports Go. Sports Go allows you to organize the sports activity very properly. So just show our sport to our product to you. Thank you.
Hi guys. Hi. If you have ever faced that scenario where you just cannot find one person to play sport with? Show me your hand. Yeah, because there's so many sports that you can only do with others, like basketball, football, badminton, and tennis. Right now, I'm in an awkward situation. You see, today is Friday, which is supposed to be a good time to have some fun, right? But after 5 days working, sitting in front of the computer, now I just want to play some sports, shake off all my stress, and by the way, do some exercise. But as you can see by my figure, I'm not an expert sports player. The easiest sport that I like is badminton. Okay, so now all I need is persons. I call all my friends, but they all say they are so tired after 5 days and they just don't want to go out tonight. But well, that's fine, whatever. Because very lucky, I just found this WeChat mini app called Sports Go at the Wagon demo day. Sounds very helpful to me, right? There are so many different sports created by different users on this app. So I searched for badminton. Yeah, badminton. Here are several badminton events, but I prefer the one that is not so far away from me, and of course, tonight. So I found one. Yeah, cool. And the description said it's just for amateur fun. Well, that's just for me, right? And I can also click on the owner's avatar to see his profile. Wow. He seems to be an active user on this app. Looks very reliable, right? And according to the message down there, and see more replies, and obviously they have some talking, and they seem to have some fun after sports. Well, I don't have anywhere else to go tonight anyway, so why not just join them? Okay, so now do sports and make new friends at the same time. Wonderful idea, isn't it? Okay, now time to go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Boris. Well, I'm Calder. I'm also a part-time fitness trainer. I love coding because when I was writing the code, I feel like I found my inner peace. And also I love sports because it helps keep my physical healthy and also get really tired after like late night codings. Yeah, so actually working as a freelancer, my time is quite flexible. And sports for me is all passion and sharing. I'm so eager to share my sports spirit and skills and passion to the others. And also, well, it's not really important for me, but if I can also make some money from sports, well, I don't mind. So I found this amazing sports platform called SportsGo on Wagon's demo day. And it's a place where a lot of people are joining sports together and doing sports meetups. And actually, I think most of you guys have a profile on LinkedIn for your career development, of course. And I think most of you are coders, so I think you also have a profile on GitHub, right? And actually, I'm doing the same thing here on this platform. I'm also building a sports profile on this platform. Because the system is actually assessing each user in terms of several indicators like how many events you have held and joined, how active you are, how many people liked you, how well you're interacting with others, and so on and so forth. And if you scroll down, yes, and there is also a chart that shows how many sports you have tried, you have discovered on this platform. And I believe that this is a great message, there's a great message behind this chart that the programs of this app are trying to pass to you guys, that they are encouraging you to discover more sports. And by the way, does anyone here has any idea on that? How many sports categories are there in the world right now? How many sports categories? 3,000. Oh, good guess. Okay, so to be honest, I don't know the answer of this question. Yeah, but no, yours is wrong. Yeah. But actually, what I do know is that in Olympic Games, there are 28 men's sports categories and over 300 subcategories. And I happen to know that there is a sports brand company called the Custom, and they are actually providing sports products for over 80 sports categories. Yeah. So there is just so much to discover, and why not just stand up and go and just do sports? Yeah. So actually, I'm the active sports user of this app. I host some events. Let's go to my host page. I host some events from time to time, and most of them are fitness. I mean, some of them are free. I just want to work out with some random guys or girls better. And some of them are not, because I'm also opening some like personal fit training for beginners. Just to make some money from the rookies, like what Wagon is doing for a living. And it's super easy on this platform to start a new event, and you can just click on the plus. Yes, they have a really nice design form, and most of the views are predefined. You can just select from a list. Yes, and yeah, and maybe just choose a location on the map. Yeah, really easy to use. Okay. So let's go back. And there is also a message center on the right corner of my profile where I can check. Let's go to the message center. Yeah, since I have 2 unread messages where I can check all the messages sent to me. And of course, if I click into it, I can interact with the users. So I think I'm going to reply them later, because actually I planned the personal training tonight, and I think it's time for me to get some warm up. But I'm going to leave the stage to my colleague, Tianzhu. Yeah, welcome, Tianzhu.
Hello, everyone. As you may know, we 4 guys all come from a sports company. That's the reason why, at the first place, we decided to make a sports-related application, which is SportsGo. We believe sports is great. Sports is a lifestyle everyone should try. So we hope through our SportsGo, we can make sports more accessible for you guys. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just let us know after the demo. We are more willing to listen to your advice. So quickly, I'd like to thank you and reintroduce our awesome team. Like Ada, come here. She's our front-end developers. Without her, we cannot make these beautiful UI and UX interactions. Thank you, very awesome. Our back-end developers. He's more focused on the API, and he makes the API works really well with our front end. So you guys know how hard it is to make a perfect API. So thank you, all really awesome. He's our lead developer. He's kind of the Bible of coding in our team, which means that no matter you have problems refers to JavaScript, CSS, maybe Python, maybe Ruby on Rails, he can solve it in 1 second. Really, that's a true story, 100% true. And myself, I'm the project manager of this sports goal. I'm more focused on the user needs and how to solve the user's pain point. So, thank you very much. And on behalf of our team, big shout out to Batch 194 and especially our mentors. Thank you very much.
One-third of all the food produced for human consumption is wasted globally each year. Chinese households generally don't waste that much food, but restaurants in China, on the other hand, tend to waste a lot. And what is really sad is that most of this food is actually perfectly fine to eat. My team and I felt like we had to do something about this problem, so we created Lilixia. Lilixia is a mini program and a tool to connect restaurants with excess food with hungry people in Shanghai.
As a restaurant owner in Shanghai who owns an Indian restaurant, I actually have a huge problem. I waste a lot of food. I cook curry in batches, and by the night time, if I have no customers, I have to throw it away. So an interface like Lilixia basically helps me to find customers and offer promotions with discounts for food that otherwise would go wasted. Now, think of the markets that this could serve. Hungry Wagon coders who are working, slaving late at night for their final project just to get it finished, they need food late at night, and there's no app for that. What about the Indian producer of food who cooks curry in batches and basically has nowhere to sell it? He has to throw it away afterwards.
Or the lazy millennials who doesn't know how to cook and they're always on the lookout for a good deal. So Kitty, can you please explain how this actually works?
Yeah, sure. So Samir, our Indian restaurant owner, got a bunch of leftover curry for today. Someone just canceled his booking for 30 tables just before he closes the door. Poor guy. But don't worry, we have Lilixia to help him. So right now, just let us create a new promotion for that. So I think we got some chicken curry today, and usually it costs 100 RMB per set. It's pretty expensive, but today I want to give it maybe 50% discount because I want people to come by as soon as possible. And please come here earlier because it only serves from 7 to 10 p.m. And also I want to upload a very nice photo so that it can make it more delicious. And finally, let's just save it very easily. Yeah, maybe, that one. That's great. Yeah. So right now, our promotion has already been sent to the Xiaoming program. I know you have been already hungry for a while, Ellen. So what do you want for dinner?
Yeah, I'm actually craving curry tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for the promotion that Samir just created. There it is. Sorry, technical difficulties. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it right away. I see. There we go. So what happens next, Kitty?
Oh, great. So Samir just got a claim from Ellen. And it seems that Ellen only has 1 hour to pick up the food, so be quicker. And right after she got the food, Samir only have one thing to do, is to go to the claim page and easily change the status from received to confirmed. Well done, Samir. Perfect.
So there you have it. The restaurant has been able to shed off excess food that it would have otherwise have gone to waste. A hungry millennial is fed, the environment is safer, and I'm apparently a creep. It's a win-win-win situation for everybody over here, especially for people like restaurants who need to increase their profitability and cannot afford to waste food, for people looking for a delicious meal late at night and are seeing opportunities missed, and also for the environment that's seeing so many problems with food wastage as a huge pain in this world. Lili Xia looks to solve all that. So what are the next steps for this app right now? Where do we plan to take it? Well, as you can see right now we have a claim system, but we plan to have a POS where people can make direct purchases on the app. We plan to actually have a delivery system. Rather than having people just come to pick up the food from the restaurant, they would actually be able to get it delivered very late at night when other food delivery apps are offline. And we also actually plan to be able to scale up for the retail. As you can see, we have our admin page over here, and we want the admin to offer real-time analytics for restaurants to have a more sustainable business. So help save food, save the planet, and please buy Lili Xia. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Avery, and this is Ben. So, what's everyone doing here tonight? Yes, you are here to see how your families and friends have grown. And I'm here to show you my personal growth over the last 2.5 months. So we all here for one same reason, growth. What's growth exactly? Growth is something keep us motivated to take challenges, to make changes. Just like when you want to grow muscle, you go work out. So what if I want to grow muscle in my mind, meaning I want to be stronger, be tougher, be sharper? Any tips?
Less drinking.
Great tip, Ben. I'll take that next time. But to build stronger minds, that's what MindRock is here for. MindRock is a WeChat mini program with real-life challenges for people to grow. Now let's take a look. How does it work?
All right, so we're just going to quickly go through our mini program. We have 3 features we want to show you. One is an individual feature, one is a team feature, and one is how to actually complete the challenge. So we have a challenges page with lots of different categories like creativity, self-awareness, communication. Communication is one that I'm particularly interested in. Family and friends in particular. Going home for Christmas is always pretty brutal, especially being an expat. You get a lot of career, wife questions. Okay, so this one is medium difficulty. It's about the task. So have you been putting off hard conversations? Take this challenge to have one hard conversation each day. All right, it doesn't seem too bad. So I could do it on my own, or I could do it as a team. So tonight we're going to do it as a team. Okay, so here I am. I want to share it with my team. Okay, so I'm going to invite 3 people in this room, actually. Your mind rocks. Okay, send. All right, so I've sent this challenge, all right? So I'm trying to create a team of people to do this challenge with. In the meantime, whilst they're accepting it, I just want to show you my individual challenge, which I started 3 days ago. This challenge was to tell a stranger a riddle each day. So I've done 3 days. I'm just going to show you one of the days' history. So you can take a journal, and so you take a photo and you write a sentence. So on this day, I told my friend Sebastian, I said, what goes up when the rain comes down? Anyone?
Umbrella.
Umbrella. What else? What? Yeah, okay, so lots of answers, but it was fun. He goes, pump, which is something I don't think that great in French, but anyways, that was my journal for the day. I felt liberated. Okay, so now back to our team journey. We have 4 people in the team now, so there's me, Avery, Claire, and Benjamin. Benjamin's already completed the task. He's gone so hard. Okay, so let's quickly run through how we can actually complete a challenge. So this challenge is to have a hard conversation with someone each day. And we've been building products for the last 3 weeks and shipping them. And when you're working in a team, things get a little testy. So actually, Avery, there's a conversation I've been meaning to have with you. There was a few days ago, I mean, we work together well. Right. But there was a few days ago, it was lunchtime, you were eating dumplings. You didn't ask me if I wanted one.
I had dumplings?
What's up with that? Yeah. You don't remember?
I will make sure next time you will have some.
Yeah, I'm bulking, I'm trying to, just feed me, alright. So this is my hard conversation for the day, and to be honest, I'm really glad I got it off my chest. So I'm going to journal about it, alright? So I can take a photo. Avery, can we take a photo together? Yeah. Best friends again. And how was the challenge? It was hard, but it was, I'm going to say, excellent. I'm going to say good, just for typing's sake. Challenge done. Awesome job. Day 1 down. So this is how we complete our 3 user journeys. We have many more features on our app, which we would love for you guys to check out. But for now, this is all we're going to show you. In the future, we're looking to make this digital world, which is this online versus offline world, connect more. So this is our trajectory into the future.
So as simple as it seems, mind rock are small stepstones for stronger minds. Thank you.
Just before we go, I will say we have some serious artillery in our team. One is Mr. Benjamin, our lead developer. Where are you? Benjamin. And then we have Claire on the front end, and Avery also on the back end.
And of course, our product manager, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
Skateboarding first arrived in China in the 90s. Now, there are over 200,000 and growing skateboarders in Shanghai alone. Probably none in this room right now. Well, as China is constantly modernizing and developing, this constantly creates new landscapes and opportunities to skate. Just like China has the biggest Starbucks in the world, it also has the biggest skate park. Now, these skaters, they want to find new places to skate, but they also just want to remember the places that they already discovered last week. So for example, I went skating last week, and I went to about 3 or 4 different places all over Shanghai. Honestly, I can't remember where any of these places are. And this always happens, right? You find a great place, you want to share it with your friends, but you just can't remember where it is. Well, you can with our WeChat mini app, Skate City. So let's try and find one of these skate spots. I can already see that there are quite a few skate spots that have already been uploaded. The one I'm looking for, it's not quite here though. It had a ramp, so why don't we filter by the tag ramps? The second one looks pretty familiar, so let's click on it and see if it's the right one. Yeah, this is definitely the right one because I nearly broke my arm trying to go down that ramp. I can see it has 23 likes. It's quite popular, so I'm going to like it myself because it was a really great place to skate. I can also upload my own photo, but most important, of course, is the map. So I'm going to click on the map and see where it is. Great, it's not that far. Actually, it's only 20 minutes away, so that's perfect. So that's one skate spot found. But what I really want to do is I also want to be able to create my own skate spot. On the way to Loshan-Guanlu, there's a great set of stairs that I want to be able to share with my friends. So let's add it in. The name could be Stairs by Naked Hub. The description could be something like 10-foot drop, but watch out for the security guard. The location is, of course, Naked Hub. The tag style is stairs. I'm going to upload a photo so everyone can see what it looks like. And once it's saved, all I have to do is share it with my friends in one click on WeChat. So thanks to Skate City, I can find new places to skate, but I can also share my own with my friends. In the future, we hope to collaborate with some skatewear brands so users can see the skate shops on the map and maybe purchase some products. But for now, thank you for listening, and let's go skate our city.
Skate or die. Who's got problems? I know, I've got problems. I've got plenty of problems. I don't know what I'm gonna do after the camp, you know, job opportunities, freelancing. My lovely girlfriend is always angry at me. But there's one question that keeps popping up every day of my life, every day. And it's one question that even MindRaw can't solve. What am I gonna eat? So that question gets even worse when you're dealing with, if you're gonna go out with your coworkers, your friends, your relatives. You don't know what they like, you don't know what they don't like, you don't know how they're feeling. It's all these questions that spurred myself and our team to find an answer using a little bit of WeChat magic, a lot of help from our fantabulous teachers and TAs, and a little bit of the Wagon elbow grease, and we created a WeChat mini app called Idao, or Yedo. So, the situation is, I'm hungry. I'm actually really hungry right now, but I'm hungry, and I want to go out with some of my best friends. So I'm going to open up the Idao app and click on a new meal. All right, so I'm going to have to upload an image. I want to make this catchy, make this, you know, seen by everybody. So, yeah. And I'm gonna have to name it something catchy, something interesting as well, so that everyone would want to join my meal. Maybe Chilama? And set it for today, maybe at 9 o'clock. And as you can see here, I have two options for location. I could use either my current location, or I could use everybody's location. So everybody inputs their location, where they're living, where they're at right now. And Yedo will actually triangulate and find the center point so they can find the most convenient restaurant for everybody. But since everyone's here, all my friends are here, I think, we're gonna use that one and Kaisha. All right, so now since I'm the group owner, I get to choose first. So I'm gonna choose for my first one. I'm feeling like a little bit of hot pot. We'll go. Secondly, how about some Japanese sushi? Sushi's always good. And how about pizza? Who doesn't love pizza? All right, and let's go. So it takes me to the group page. This is where all the magic happens, where you see all your restaurants and the current recommendation by the app. So it says Hogo because I'm the first one. I love me some Hogo, so it's number one. But a group meal is not a group meal without people. So I'm gonna share it to my friends and wait for a response.
Okay. Hello, okay. So I got a message from Stefan in our group chat, and he's inviting us for a meal. Click on the button straight away. I'm brought onto this site, and it's just asking me what I want to eat. And there's three choices. So for the first choice, I'm thinking about some Shanghainese food. Second choice, Japanese, maybe some sushi. And finally, for my third choice, I'll go for a Western buffet. So let's eat and see where this kind of brings me. Okay, I'm taken to this site where it's showing, a meal for today. And currently there's only 2 of us going. I mean, as much as I love Stefan's beautiful face, we've been working together for the past 3 weeks, I kind of want more people to join us. So let me share it to, a group of interesting people and see what they say. So, have you guys ever found yourself in a position where you're invited into a group meal, a group event in person, and the thing is, you don't really want to go to that event, you don't like it, but for the sake of being polite, you're like, yeah, might as well go. You end up not enjoying yourself at this event, and time is wasted, right? So, if this has ever happened to you, it's actually quite normal. It happens to most of us, it happens to the best of us, because the majority of the time, we're just trying to be nice. But the thing is, this kind of problem happens so often that's even plaguing businesses. And if you've actually been to a business school, this phenomenon is actually called the Abilene paradox. Anyway, essentially one of the main reasons why we created this app is to solve this paradoxical problem.
I'm going to be all confused and hungry and all that stuff. So I'm going to go back to the app and look at all my meals, all the meals that I have, current and past ones, and I'm going to go back and try to find Shanghai. All right, so, we got 19 people coming. Oh, Tommy, Kai, Sophie, Ellen, Boris. Jeez, all right, and fantastic. And it looks like Yedo's recommending us some Sutro Sai. All right, sounds good. All right, so I have a whole bunch of restaurants available to me. So take a look at the first one, take a look at its location. It's pretty far away. So maybe not the first one, how about the second one? Even worse. But you know what? I know that one place. My girlfriend recommended it to me. She loves it. So I'm going to take that second one there. It's going to be a bit of a trek, but I know it'll be worth it. I'm going to slide that right and lock it in. And boom, there you go. Now the restaurant is locked in, and now every person in the group that's signed up will be able to see that restaurant and know exactly where to go. So just to let everyone know, I'm going to share that restaurant, that link one more time, and let everyone know that's where we're going for dinner. So quite simply, guys, Yedo is an app that takes the burden of the decision-making process from the meal organizer, it's a very difficult decision, and gives it to the entire group. So everyone can have their voice on what they want to have for dinner. And then Yedo takes all of those preferences, puts it through our algorithm, and gives you fantastic restaurant choices so that you can find that perfect next meal out. All right, so thank you very much.